Fishing the Wild West TV with Wes David is brought to you by Sandy Point Resort. Experience Sandy Point Resort's year-round lifestyle on the shores of Gull Lake in central Alberta. Tracker Boats, fish the finest. Adventure Destination International. Book your trip of a lifetime with Adventure Destination International and Thompson's Camps. Along with Cam Clark Ford, the official vehicle of Fishing the Wild West TV.
Okay, start reeling, start reeling. Now hit it hard. You got it.
There he is.
Nice work. Well done. I'm gonna get this one out of the way for you. No, stuck at the bottom.
Oh, did you have one too?
No, no.
Or it.
Any size to him?
He feels good.
Yeah.
It's hard. He's fighting the current too. He's trying to, like you said, he'll try to move out into the current.
Yeah. Yeah, if he starts taking a bunch of line, just let me know and we'll adapt. It's not looking like a monster fish at this point. Get a jump. Here he comes. Coming out. Coming out. Oh, turn around.
We're on the stained water of the Fraser River with BC Sportfishing Group. We got Tony, the owner, BC Sportfishing Group. This is our first stop of the morning, somewhere on the river here. We set up here. We're maybe 5 minutes. 5 minutes,
yeah.
And we got one on.
Yeah, it's a little fella, but that's okay. They're great too. Oh, it is a really little fella. There you go, there's the future.
So, and we got the opportunity here to tag or check him to see if he's been tagged before. Now, Tom, I just got him here until you tell me what to do.
Yeah, you just hold him right there if you don't mind. I'm just gonna make way for the sling here.
He's probably 2.5, 3 feet.
Yeah, just a little guy. We'll just slide it, let the sling get a little bit cool down a bit. Get some water in it. All right, now we'll just give it a lift up when he's ready. Hard to believe a fish like that is gonna...
Okay, I'll give you some slack.
Take that, that's a great job. Okay, buddy, all right, yeah, we know. We know. Get this up a little bit. Okay.
So what is happening now is Tony's gonna tag this fish or scan it. Maybe it's been tagged before. I didn't quite hear what he said.
No way to tell until we check. Yeah.
So he's gonna scan it, and that's what Tony and his company is famous for, is not only do you get to fish the legendary Fraser River, but you get to be a part of one of the most amazing conservation programs going on with the sturgeon tagging and tracking them with their recapture or tagging what Tony calls virgin sturgeon. It's just an exciting part to, one, fish for sturgeon and give back conservation-wise.
Oh, so that fish has been tagged before.
So this is what's called a recapture.
This is a recapture. So this 10-digit alphanumeric code was applied to this fish who knows when. Not too long ago looking at the tag number. But what we'll be able to do over the course of the day is I can find out some information on this fish for you. And we'll find out where it was originally tagged and how much it's grown since its last encounter. So kind of a cool program. All right, so we've got that part. I'll get a measurement and then I'll record that and then we'll have a look at this fish.
Nice healthy release. This week on Fishing the Wild West TV, we're with Tony and BC Sportfishing Group. We're going to be catching prehistoric monsters and part of the tagging program. Tell us a little bit about, your time on the Fraser River, but what we're really going to focus on is the conservation side, which is a major part of your company. Tell us a little bit about that tagging program.
So BC Sportfishing Group has been in business 23 years. And since day one, we decided if we're going to use the resource, we want to give something back. So part of giving back is making sure you're checking on the population and finding out. Back in 1999, the Fraser River Sturgeon Conservation Society started the tag and release recapture program. And that was started by a man in motion, Rick Hansen, who's been a big part of conservation for salmon and sturgeon. And we started the tagging program back then. So today what we're going to do is we'll be sampling every fish for a tag. Hopefully find some new fish. We'll find some recaptures, maybe find a little bit of information about them. but it's a great way to check on the population, its growth, how fast the fish are growing, what they're eating, and where they're traveling. So it's a great program.
Another example of everyday anglers giving back to conservation. Join us this week, episode of Fish in the Wild West TV on the Fraser River with BC Sportfishing Group.
This segment has been brought to you by Lynn Thompson Lures, Canadian made for over 90 years, and Rock Guard, protect your investment. Closed captioning is brought to you by BUZZBOMB Tackle, iconic sonic fishing lures, made in North America for over 50 years.
It's just steady, solid pulls.
Yeah, that's what makes me think it's a bigger fish. It's definitely hasn't woken up yet.
So this could be like long fight, big fish. They'll use the current to their advantage.
Up here in the canyon, it's a whole different story. So they can use the back eddies. There's a fast current out on the other side here. Right in here's a nice little current seam, so he can go back and forth if he wants to, or if he decides to get angry, he's going to hit the main current, and then we'll be starting the boat and going for a ride.
Look at, he's still going.
Okay.
All I can do is hang on.
I think he knows he's hooked now.
Just like any other speed, you got to keep a tight line. Look at, he's going again. Holy cow. Since I set the hook, really all I've been doing is just hanging on.
I'd love to join you there, but I really can't.
That's all right, Tony, I'll hang on. He's still running.
Well, that's a good thing. Taking a little bit of line?
Oh yeah.
Oh shoot.
And still going. Tony's had to lift anchor and move us out to the middle of the river to chase this fish. So Tony's been fishing 20 plus years, running BC Sportfishing Group, so he knows when there's a big one on. We're moving down river now to catch this sturgeon. I'll catch and release. Gonna tag him or scan him, see if he's been caught before. But it's a lot of work. And the great thing about fishing with Tony, we get this fish done, tagged, measured, and everything that he does for conservation, go set up and get another one of these back to back.
Here he comes,
Here he
behind the
comes.
boat, behind the boat.
There he is.
Oh yeah, that's a big fish.
That is a really big fish. He's close too. He knows he's hooked again.
Is he taking a little line?
Yeah.
Not my problem.
That is a huge, I don't know if the camera caught him, but that's a huge fish.
Yeah, it's over 6. Told you it was bigger than you. It's got a nice canyon head on it too, big nose. Really cool looking animal.
So with these fish, we go to shore, and that's where you get your cool shots in the water with them, and they're, look, he's still going.
Still taking some line on you?
Yeah, he's taking a lot of line.
All
Everything
right.
I gained. Please come up. I'll be your best friend. Oh, there he is. Got a pretty big sturgeon here. Holy moly. Tony's, what's happening off camera is Tony's gotten off the boat. You don't bring him in the net, these big ones like this. Brings him to the beach. That's where you get your nice beach shots. And he'll do his measuring and check for a tag or tag him. Oh my God. But
Hey Wes, gonna get you to bring him over to me. That's a beautiful fish, man. Well done. Big lean, like you own it now, real hard. Here you go.
Give you slack,
It's
tell
a
me.
beautiful fish. Now a little slack, and you can put that rod in the rod holder. We're gonna keep him in the water here just so he can relax a bit
Okay.
while you're getting yourself ready.
I'm just gonna come down.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we fought this fish for 15 minutes, 20
Roughly
minutes.
15 minutes, yeah.
Been tagged before, we've got all the information. And this, whatever he was, 6 foot,
This is 7 foot.
7 foot
7
fish
foot 1 inch.
is going back unharmed.
All right.
So I can just turn his head
Yeah,
out.
I'm gonna turn his head out that way. I'll turn myself this way. And we're just gonna give him a little, and there he goes.
This segment has been brought to you by Hooked Magazine, hooked on fishing and the great outdoors, and Big Sky Flies and Jigs. This segment is brought to you by Lucky Bug Lures. Get hooked on Lucky Bug Lures. And Tourism Saskatchewan. Start planning your visit today.
We got one on. Tony just moved us to another spot. The
Here he
wind
comes, gonna jump.
jump. Here he goes.
Oh, not a monster fish, but nice.
Tony moved us just to, the wind's really come up, so he got us into a spot where we're a little more protected. And that's the thing. All his guides got spots all along the river system. Regardless of the weather, they can get you on fish and keep it comfortable. Here he is right here. Whoa.
Oh, way to go, way to watch him. Is he already done?
He's, no, he just now, I think he knows he's hooked, but he's close. Bring him in this side
Yeah,
here.
we'll bring him in on this side, yeah.
So you know, we're just, Tony's gonna get his stuff. He's gonna measure him, scan him, see if he's tagged. If he isn't tagged, we're gonna put a tag in him, record it. But you notice how Tony, the cradle is amazing. First priority is protect the fish, but he keeps them upside down and they kind of stay docile. They don't thrash around, don't hurt themselves.
That's a tagged fish.
So he's been capped. It's a recapture. He's been caught before.
Yeah, he sure has. And it's a fairly old one, probably 8 or 10 years ago, this one. Can just tell by the number. 132 centimeters. Never hurts to check him twice, you know?
And what's happened, so he takes all these
132.
numbers. This fish has been recaptured. So he can actually send it in, and in a, I don't know how long, Tony, you get the information back.
A few days usually.
A few days you get the information back. And all the guides at BC Sport Fishing Group are a part of this tagging program. So it's just really neat to see, not only see these prehistoric fish, but to be a part of help protecting them on a trip of a lifetime.
Beautiful, nice release, well done.
There he goes, that is cool. That is so awesome. Let's catch another.
Sounds
Thanks,
good, man.
Tony.
All right, nice work.
Conservation Corner is brought to you by Brian Muir with IA Securities, aligning your financial future so you can spend more time outdoors.
On this week's Conservation Talk, we're talking with Sarah that plays a major role in the sturgeon tagging program. Sarah, can you tell us what's going on with the program and what role you play within it?
Yeah, absolutely. I have the privilege of being the executive director of the Fraser River Sturgeon Conservation Society. We were founded back in 1997 and then launched our tagging program in early 2000. And it's been an amazing experience. We have the benefit of volunteers, anglers, professional fishing guides, First Nations, biologists that all contribute to this amazing program.
That's on the Fraser River, the Harrison River, and many people are important to this program. To date, roughly how many sturgeon have been tagged, whether it be newly tagged or recaptured?
We have, over the time period to date, we have collected over 153,000 samples. We've deployed over 60,000 tags, and we have a recapture rate of about 74%. So what that means is that thanks to all of that effort and all of that contribution, all that data collected, it's resulted in one of the best baseline population models on a species like this in the world.
And we had the good fortune of fishing here today, or for the last 3 days, and we captured or recaptured several sturgeon, but we also got to tag sturgeon that had never been caught before. And you have data for us.
Then it comes to me after that. And it was an amazing, these few days were a great example of what we do, what we collect, just by the fish that you saw. You saw fish that were of various sizes. You saw fish that were have had incredible growth rate based on their tag history. We've had healthy growth rates, but you also saw that many of those fish, they were encountered in a similar area in those seasons over the times of their recapture. So that tells us that at this particular time and this particular season, these fish are returning to these areas for usage of the habitat, some particular. So that tells us that we need to pay attention. We need to protect areas, we need to look after areas, but it all adds to the history and the stories of this amazing species.
All information that wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the tagging program.
That's correct.
Well, thank you, Sarah, for being a part of it and conservation at its greatest. If you want to make a difference, please get involved with your local hunting and fishing club. Get involved at the highest level you can and do your part to make a difference. That's this week's Conservation Talk.
Fishing the Wild West TV will be right back. This segment is brought to you by the Canadian National Sportsman Shows and Wild Rose Brewery, branded with character.
Whoa! 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 I'm gonna fall out the gate.
Told you that wasn't a fish.
We're having lunch. He just about pulled me out the gate. This is a big fish.
Yeah, I think we were, might be a real fish. Nice work.
Oh boy. And he took it, it took him a long time to commit to it.
No kidding. Nice work though.
Whew.
Got any strength to him?
Yep.
Yeah?
Even the little ones are strong though.
I know, that's true. Yeah, they fight hard, don't they? Is he gonna come and dance for you? Is he just gonna stay deep?
He's trying to go deep now.
Just being cranky, hey? Oh yeah, that's a decent fish, I think.
And in this exact same spot just moments ago, we landed
Nice.
a 4-footer, 52 inches. This one's definitely bigger than that. So, you know, big ones live amongst the medium size, small one, they all live together. Trying to get his head turned. I seen the way.
Changed his mind again.
Oh, there he is. Look at the size of
that's
this
a nice
fish.
fish. Look at the color of him.
Holy.
Gorgeous ghost. That's a beauty.
And remember, the one we landed just seconds or minutes earlier was 52 inches, almost side by side with this one. Wow.
How you doing, Wes?
I'm doing well.
Getting tired yet?
A little bit.
Okay. How about I come and give you a hand now? Can you bring him on over to me? Oh, nice work. That's a beast, eh?
He's big.
Keep him coming. Just stay, just in case. Here he is.
Let me know when you want me to come.
Put the rod in the rod holder and come on out. Beautiful fish. Look at the patterns on the head of him, eh?
Look at the size of his head.
Okay, so we're gonna go
Smile
just
pretty
a little
for
bit.
the camera.
Okay. Here we go.
That's amazing.
Nice
This
work.
happens here. Wow.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much, Tony. You want me to turn his head?
Yeah, turn his head this way a little bit. And then when he's ready to go, he's gonna give us a kick. There he goes. Beautiful.
Holy cow.
Great job.
Thank you so much.
Well done, Wes.
If you want to take part in a trip of a lifetime, book here on the Fraser River with BC Sportfishing Group.
This Gear Talk is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here.
On this week's Bass Pro Shops Gear Talk, we're going to talk a little bit about what we've been using to catch white sturgeon here on the Fraser River.
What we have here is a 8.5 foot medium to heavy action rod. It's a Shimano Technium, really strong fishing rod designed for sturgeon. We've got the Shimano Talica reel, spooled with a 150 pound Power Pro braid. And then what we have here is we have a 200 pound, basically it's just a tough line leader. And what it is, 200 pound, just a little bit thicker. So some of the sturgeon have really sharp edges and scoots, and this just helps protect from that. And it also is a little bit softer than the Power Pro, which means it's a little bit easier on the fish if the fish roll on it.
Abrasive.
So it's not as abrasive on the fish.
And then that's tied to?
This is a Marudo. This is a semi-circle hook and an 8/0, and that's fairly standard for using big baits like parts of salmon or pike minnow, things like that. We also use a smaller version if we're using salmon roe, maybe in a 6 or a 7/0, just a normal J hook.
And barbless.
And barbless, absolutely.
Then it's up to our weight here.
Yeah, so on the system, we've got a sliding system. So this slides up and down the line. We've got a bumper, a bead, and then just a barrel swivel.
That's all to protect the knots.
That's all to protect it.
That just sits on the bottom.
Just
they
like
want
that.
It still.
That's right. And whatever you have for weight, it's just you want to make sure it's sitting on the bottom. You don't want it drifting on the bottom. So we'll use as light a weight as we can based on the current we're fishing.
So when you come here booked with BC Sport Fishing Group, all the gear is provided. However, if you want to set yourself up, it's all provided in Bass Pro Shops or Cabela's. Well, Tony, we had an amazing couple days here on the Fraser River. I don't think I have another fish in me. I'm sore, my arms are sore, my back is sore. I want to go home.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's what I like to hear. Well done.
If you're looking to book a trip of a lifetime for prehistoric white sturgeon on the Fraser River, give BC Sport Fishing Group a call. I'm your host, Wes David, Fishing the Wild West TV. I miss walleye fishing.
How you doing, Wes? You all right?
Holy cow. I'm sore, tired, and excited.
Living a dream, fishing the streams, fishing the Wild West.